So this month, September, is what's called Recovery Month, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my recovery. So first of all, I want to say that everyone's recovery is different, and I think in the past, however many years, recovery has become synonymous with the abstinence community. And really, I'm the person who celebrates any type of recovery, so I just wanted to say that in advance. I think that any positive change is great, and I definitely respect people who are on medication assisted treatments like methadone or Suboxone. I think it's recovery can be whatever it is to you. I know people who are in what's called cancer recovery. It's really on a whole spectrum, and so my type of recovery, abstinence based recovery, is just like one small type. That being said, I have been sober for 24 years, and I think the years are important mainly because every single day when I was using, I was completely obsessed with what they call the getting and using and finding ways and means to get more. But really, like, my life was just filled with, thinking about drugs, using drugs, trying to get off drug. It was just that was just the whole thing. And like my life now is completely different. But I started using when, like, really started using when I was 17, and I stopped when I was 27. I had, in the early stages, I had, periods where I would quit or I would, drinking at first was really my crutch for like a lot of the emotional disturbances that I had. I'd had untreated mental health issues. And that stuff wasn't getting any addressed in any way, shape, or form. And then I got into this like terrible relationship. But I think in a lot of ways in the early phases, my drug use probably saved me to a certain extent because I was, extremely depressed and thinking about, hurting myself in various ways. And it took that feeling away, but after a period of time, I say that it started to have diminishing returns. And then I turned to injection drug use. And that's really when it started having diminishing returns. That started, I believe, in like 1990, around 1990. And so in the early phases, this is where there was no antiretroviral treatments for HIV. I had quite a few of my friends that ended up contracting HIV and dying. And then in recent years, I've lost many friends to the overdose epidemic, where over the course of the past 30 years, I've lost probably 500 acquaintances, friends, lovers, people I've met through 12-step programs that have clients that have died of overdoses. It's really been a lot. So, and I was in and out of jails. I've spent 9.5 months of my life in jail, and also, I tried to quit or I would switch. And at the very end of my use, I was using meth, cocaine, heroin, basically all at the same time because nothing was working. But I had made a plan for myself that I would try to go to rehab one time, and then if that didn't work, I was going to go on methadone for the rest of my life, and I was going to be okay with it. And it just ended up that worked out. The rehab I went to was terrible, but I was very highly motivated. And I think the housing and then getting early mental health treatment in the process, and having a strong support system that I had built really helped me. But and during this month, you're going to see a lot of people show very sensational pictures of themselves and how they've changed. And I have a whole movie that can show that. I have tons of pictures of myself. But I think the important part is that the changes I made, that recovery works, and that even if you are a person who's watching this who feels like you cannot make any kind of changes, that change is possible. Thanks.